Okay, this little video is going to be about adding plugs onto your custom servo extensions. On the Starship here, I've got 7 servo extensions that run from the film that produced to the back that are 108 inches long. So what we got to do is we got to put a connector on here, and then we got to put a connector on the other end. On this end, we're going to use standard JR connectors to plug into the receiver. On the other end, we'll use ash lock connectors, which will gang the wires together, so I only have 2 connectors, and they can't be connected wrong at any time. First thing we got here, we got the little pins that are going to go into the plug. They're on this little strip. What you do, I learned this from Gaines Smith, because I used to just cut them off and hassle with hanging on to them. But if you cut them off and leave the little tab, let me get those. If you leave this little tab right there, if you can see it on the end, it gives you something to hang on to when you're putting it in the crimp tool. So the first thing we got to do is take our wire, put it into our stripper, and get over here where we can see it out. Strip off about 3/16 of an inch, and take our fingernails and separate the 3 colors. Okay, now we'll start with the signal wire. We simply give that a little twist, take our connector, lay the wire in the crimp portion, and hold it with the little tab and the insulation on the end. Yep, we got this little fuzzy there. Okay, we've got that. Then we take our crimping tool, open that up, place it on here, and crimp it. You hear that click on that ratchet. You get that because the tool will not allow you to release until you have a complete crimp on there. And then you can see we've got the little tab still on here, so you can just grab the connector there, wiggle that 3 or 4 times, and that'll break right off. Okay, and then we'll do the positive lead. Once you get the hang of this, it goes pretty fast. You probably ruin a few the first couple times if you haven't done it, but the secret is to buy a good crimping tool, not one of these cheap 1995 jobs that doesn't give you a good solid crimp. These are like, I get these from DreamWorks. This one, I think they're like $40, and it's a very good tool, and it assures you're going to get good crimp, because believe me, you do not want a poor crimp on your servo lead. Okay, and finally, negative lead. Make sure we got all the wires in there. There we go. You can see this doesn't take a lot of time, just a little practice. Then you just line these up. Take your little plug. Make sure you get them in the right sequence. Signal, positive, negative. Okay, you push these in. Then you take a little needle nose and you push them in as far as you can get them. Now I have a hard time. Sometimes these go in and you hear a little click, but like on this, they didn't do it. So you got the little tab that's still sticking up. So if you just take a little X-Acto blade like this, you can reach right in there and slide those connectors. I know you probably can't see this, but now it's nice and flush. You got a good solid connection. Everything is tight. Okay, that's how you do this in. When we get all these done, then we'll go back and we'll do the ones on the ash lock connectors. Okay, the last part of this is to hook up an ash-lock connector. Now, if you don't know what an ash-lock connector is, this is what it looks like. It's a two-part, connector, but like this one is for 3 servos. It's a 9-wire connector. It's got a little locking tab on it, so when you snap them together, it locks and it never comes apart. You don't have to use those little attachments to keep your servo wires together. It just comes apart like so. It's pretty. There's not much difference between this and doing a standard JR type plug. You use the same crimping tool, and same deal. Little pins with a little tab on them. Insert those. They do go into here a lot easier than they do into the regular servo clips, so you don't have to force them in with your X-Acto knife. Now, if you look down here, you can see down here, this is the one between the wing and the fuse already done. And you can see I can just release a little lever here, pull it apart. So this makes it very easy when you're assembling your airplane. You can't plug it in wrong, and you don't have to plug it. In this case, you have to plug in 3 wires here, and in the case of the center section, I have to plug in 7 wires. So this way, it's just a matter of plugging in 3 or 4 at a time, just that simply. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.